What is up, everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a topic discussion asking you guys, has your style in collecting, has it changed? Now, what gave me this idea was last week I worked a really long work week. I had a lot of overtime and extra expendable income, and normally when I work a long week like that, I like to kind of treat myself, and the best way of doing that is going game hunting. I love to go to thrift stores and flea markets and yard sales, what have you, and try to find some awesome deals on retro gaming. But in the last couple of months, I've kind of lost that drive. I just haven't felt like doing it, and it's not because I don't like retro games, it's not because I'm getting out of the hobby, it's just because the hobby's changed in the last couple of years. It's become a lot more expensive, it's become a lot more popular. I hate to say that because that sounds really negative, and I love the fact that people are giving these games some love and tender love and care and playing them. That's awesome, but it's become more popular and people have just started looking at the value. They're not really looking at the games anymore. And it's really been kind of messing things up, in my opinion. It's getting harder for me in my area to go to a thrift store and find an NES game. So, I was looking at my collection, and I have to say I'm pretty content with what I have. I'm very lucky to have as many games as I do, to have as many games I've always wanted in my collection. I'm very fortunate with that. And, to be perfectly honest, I'm running out of room. I'm running out of space for games. I don't get to game as much as I want to, so it's kind of hard for me to justify spending, $60 for an NES game that I might not have time to play. I feel really bad doing that, so that's just not my cup of tea. But I've noticed myself, while I haven't stopped collecting, I've kind of just changed my path with collecting. I'm no longer really buying a whole lot of NES and Super NES and mainly old Nintendo stuff. I'm not really buying that anymore. I've been focusing a lot on 6th and 7th gen gaming. It's become so much easier. For now, it's so much easier to go to a thrift store and find a bunch of PS2 games, or to find a bunch of original Xbox games. And hell, even when you go to GameStop, their Wii prices on the Wii games is almost like a Steam sale. I'm finding games that are like 89 cents to $1, unless it's a first party major hitter like Smash Brothers. Most Wii games you find in GameStop are under $20, and I can play them on my Wii U. I mean, it's awesome. I've been really enjoying that. And when it comes to consoles, I'm happy with what I have. I don't really want any more consoles, other than I would love to have a Neo Geo or a TurboGrafx. But to be honest, I thought that's more of an investment than a hobby. And I never got into this hobby wanting to spend a lot of money. That's the thing. I've always wanted to, just get some good games at a cheap price and enjoy them. That's just the way I've been. It's never been about value. So with that being said, I've also been getting more into emulation. Now, I know some people, they don't like emulation, and I've never really had too much of a problem with emulation, but I found myself playing a lot more emulation because I've been playing a lot more arcade games, Neo Geo and TurboGrafx, games that I cannot afford whatsoever. I can play them with like a PS4 controller on my PC, or play it on my Ouya, or use the Xbox 360 arcade stick and play arcade games. I love it. It is so much fun, and I get so much enjoyment out of it. Also, a lot of my Let's Plays I do, a lot of the retro Let's Plays I do, that is emulation. It's quick, it's easy, it's to the point. Especially if I have someone over doing a Let's Play, I don't have to, hook the consoles up and hook up a capture card and all that stuff. It's just all there in one little unit, and I like it. It's practical. So yeah, guys, it's really weird. It's really weird that, I don't have that drive to collect really, really old games anymore. Of course, if I'm out in the wild and I see, Nintendo games $5 a pop, I'm not gonna, turn that down. But I'm no longer going out and looking for it. Not as intensively as I was a couple of years back. But what about you guys? I'd love to hear your comments below and hear your thoughts about how your collecting has changed over years. Maybe, when you first started collecting, you were trying to complete an NES set, and now you've kind of abandoned that and you've went towards the Sega Genesis, or maybe you're doing all disc-based, you've left carts behind and now you're going after Dreamcast and like Sega Saturn or 3DO or something. I don't know. I would love to hear from you guys, so be sure to leave a comment below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.
Can't get enough of Excess Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on podomatic.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.